this whole scene, everybody dies.
Everybody's gonna die! I'm gonna kill everybody!
You know when you see a movie trailer and it leaves you with these high hopes that you're going to walk away with a fulfilling and memorable experience?
Discover it for yourself or see it again. But don't miss the movie Rolling Stone calls the horror film of the year.
The Witch is a movie that does this in every regard. Black fucking Phillip.
Damn your Black Phillip.
The movie's so fucked up, Satan would see it twice.
This Friday, The Witch returns to theaters. The film critics call so fucked up,
Do you see now?
Satan would see it twice.
Silence!
No, the movie's so fucked up, you cannot believe you spent your fucking money on it. The Witch is one of those movies where advertisement completely fucks up the entire movie for you. You think you're going in watching this movie, it's gonna be horrible, it's gonna be bad. It's so fucking bad, Satan would see it twice. So what you're thinking is, you're going into this, it's going to be as bad as Human Centipede. It's going to be as bad as Human Centipede 2. And how bad could Human Centipede 2? Well, let's just say there's a scene where a lady craps out a baby and she needs to get away and she's in a car and, well, and the baby's head is in the way of the gas pedal. That's fucked up. Now, I thought, so fucked up Satan would see it twice. That means this movie's going to be 10 times worse than this. So I'm sitting on the edge of my seat for the first 40 minutes of this film, waiting and waiting and waiting. I'm waiting, I'm looking over. My friend Brett's sitting there, he's waiting too. And we're looking at each other like, I think this movie might have fucked us. And by the time the first whole hour of the movie is gone, it's almost guaranteed at this point, the movie bent us over and Black fucking Phillip fucked us in the ass. How can you get away with making a trailer that's so misleading to make people think this movie is going to be fucked up? Have you watched any... to the critics or to the people that saw this movie, have you watched any modern horror movie that's come out in the last 10 years? A movie... I mean, I'm never going to get over it. So fucked up, Satan would see it twice. Cannibal Holocaust is fucked up enough for Satan would see it twice. Way more than this film. Fucking Child's Play is more fucked up than this movie. And that's saying a lot. I Know What You Did Last Summer was more fucked up than The Witch. And that's fucked up for me to have to say. Gotta shake it out because it's comical how fucking bad this movie was. It really is. Especially how fucking high the ratings were for this film. Rotten Tomato, like, outstanding reviews. Outstanding reviews for a movie. Now, as I sat there and I'm discussing this with my friend, we're talking about the movie. Yeah, it sucked ass. You know, it sucked ass because it sucked ass because it was advertised as a horror movie. It was going to be outstandingly, like, horrible. But yet, this movie was just a period piece. It really was. Now, if this movie sold itself as like a period piece movie, nothing else, no horror involved, because if you really think that this movie had any elements of horror to it, I'm sorry, but you're way out of touch with horror movies. You are. What makes me the most irritated about this movie is that Stephen King said this movie was fucking good. What? Stephen King obviously is out of touch with modern horror movies. If he thought this was actually terrifying and scary like he said in his quote, blows my fucking mind. This movie is no more than a period piece of the 17th century and how religious people can get so overcome with these idealistic... Oh, I can't even speak. This movie is nothing more than a 17th century period piece. That's all it is. With a family that got fucked for not being religious enough. That's really what it is. They got kicked out of their home, not religious enough, go live in the woods. There's some cultists living in the woods. A baby gets kidnapped, gets mushed up into mush, and you don't even get to see it, so... And then there's two little kids talking to a goat. The goat kills the dad, the girl kills the mom, and at the end of all of this, why in the hell does the daughter decide to become a witch in the end anyway? It makes no sense to what even happened during the entire thing of the film. She's trying to convince her family that she's not a witch and she's not evil and she doesn't do bad things. And when all these bad things happen to her in the end, not even her fault, she decides, well, fuck it. I'm going to become a witch anyway. What? You know, false advertising for movies is not anything that's new. I mean, it happens all the time. Watch any movie trailer today and almost immediately your bullshit radar will go off and know that this movie is not going to be worth your money. Well, horror movies, it's a little hard to judge horror movies as much as it is with action movies, comedies. Horror movies can fluctuate because they're so out there with the things that they can pull off in a movie. Either they're going to try to shock you with the amount of gore and horrible things you see, or they're going to try to fuck with your mind and psychologically try to scare you. Or they're going to do both. This movie doesn't touch on any of that in any aspect. Like I said, a period piece. It's going to make you just sit there and go, yeah, life in the 17th century sucked ass. Thanks for giving me a brief history lesson that I learned back in freaking like 8th grade. Something bad happened to you, even if you're a baby, well, I guess you did something bad, so fuck you. Let's talk about the baby getting mushed up. Let's talk about the part where the baby gets kidnapped and mushed up by the witch. Or whatever happened to the baby, because you never see it, really. Baby gets kidnapped, assumingly the witch kills it, and uses its blood to make her young again, is what I got from that. Or that's what it was trying to portray. Who knows? They never really showed how many witches were living in that one little hut. That could have been a completely different witch that makes out with that little kid and puts the hex on him or whatever, and the witch that mushed up the baby. You have no idea, because at the end of the film, they never touch upon any of it. They never explain any of it. It's just that you see a whole group of naked women that are old and, I guess, young. That's it. So obviously, they never touch on which witch stole the baby, and which one was the one that did the thing to the boy. I mean, nothing ever comes to a conclusion, really. You find out that Black Phillip, or should I say like the commercial, Black fucking Phillip, is the devil. Or he is some sort of demon. And it's just so stupid. It's just so stupid. The whole movie was, I wouldn't be judging it this harshly if it wasn't advertised as a horror film. But that's exactly what it was. It was advertised as a horror film. And a really fucked up one. Nothing could be farther from the truth. I sat for a whole hour and 50 minutes or 20 minutes or however long this movie was, and walked away completely disappointed. This movie won, like, awards. It had critics' acclaim. It had Stephen King even give it a great review, saying that it was scary. You know, I just don't know what to say. Has horror gotten this weak? To where, I mean, there's not even psychological elements to this movie that would make it scary. It's just a period piece. I know I've said period piece like 20 times in this video. It's because that's what it is. There's nothing more to it. There is no horrifying aspect to this movie. Unless you're looking at it as a period piece and you're trying to sympathize with the people in their situation in that time period. Their lack of medicine, their lack of knowledge of science, their lack of basic resources. That's it, though. It's not terrifying. It definitely ain't no Human Centipede 2. And it is not fucked up enough to make Satan see it twice. Satan, I don't even think, would make it as far as I did in the movie. I can't believe I ranted about this as long as I did. Is the movie bad? Is the movie horrible? No. No, it's not. If I were to judge it as a period piece, I'd probably judge it 7, 6. You know, average period piece movie. If I was judging it as a horror movie, which I am, because that's what they advertise the movie to be, a 3. A 3. There's no way that this movie should have gotten as much critical acclaim as it did. People are ignoring the fact that this is a horror movie, or it's supposed to be a horror movie, but it's the farthest thing from a horror movie that you're going to find. And I still can't believe that I would choose I Know What You Did Last Summer over this movie. Anyway, guys, I hope you enjoyed the video, and make sure to hit the like button if you like the video, and subscribe for more content like this. I know it wasn't the Doom review. That'll be touched upon on another day. I just can't even get into that movie right now. Anyway, guys, have a good night, and I'll see you later. Oh, we're in the woods. There's a witch. But there's a goat that the little kids are talking to. Ooh. Well, I have to record this part again because I didn't hit record on the audio like a dumbass. Fuck. After the 4th take of getting it right. That was the perfect take. Perfect take. And I know it isn't winter, but I'm wearing a beanie anyway. Fuck you.